Good evening, YouTube! Welcome to the Perfect Podcast Show! Tonight, we're talking Transformers in both movie and video game form. Plus, there's no plus, that's it. But it's gonna be great! I'm Jeff the Shark, and I do not have AIDS, no matter what that bitch Jenna tries to tell everyone. And now your host, it's Pikachu Allspark!
Shouting to the listening buddy, go! Build it up! Absolutely nothing.
Welcome to the Perfect Podcast Show. I am your host, the King of YouTube, Pikachu Allspark. And to put it quite frankly, this podcast has no topic. That is right. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here today. No idea what to talk about. No idea how this is gonna go. This one's gonna be all over the place, and you're going to like it. But no, really, I actually don't have any idea what to talk about, as I frantically search this room here for clues as to what I can say. Yeah, it's difficult to find something to say. I recently got a fan with a remote, so now I can turn on my fan with a remote. That's pretty cool, the remote's got 2 buttons on it, takes 2 AAA batteries, and it turns on the fan. Here, listen to this. You hear that? That was me using remote technology to turn on a fan. It's a really nice thing. It's useless because the fan's also got buttons on it you can press with your hands, but it's fun to use the remote to do it. It's fun to turn on the fan with a remote. And fans are what we're talking about here, people. That's the thing. Alright, let's talk about something else. In 2017, December to be exact, Hershey's came out with a new candy bar called Hershey's Gold. And I fucking love Hershey's Gold. It's one of my favorite things ever. And recently, something weird has happened. Pretty much every store I go to, I cannot find this fucking thing. And I've been to... This has been going on for months and months, since at least December, I think this has been going on. It's been going on for far too long. And every store that I've gone to, I haven't been able to find it, and Dollar Tree was the last one to have it, but now they don't anymore, so that sucks. And they didn't have it at Walmart, they didn't have it at Dollar Tree. I didn't check Family Dollar, but I don't think they'd have it there either. I'm running... I don't have many places to check, just stores that would sell candy. Back in, February, I looked in a Kohl's trying to find one, and, it wasn't there. Expensive clothes were there. They also had a few Lego sets, which is weird, because, you wouldn't expect a place like that to sell Lego sets, but no, they do. They started selling Lego sets in 2018. So, that's another place to go to look for Legos, I guess. As if the large aisles full of Legos at Walmart and Target weren't enough for you. Now you can go and get a very limited selection at a Kohl's. So, that's something I certainly felt the need to talk about today. Yikers. This podcast might not be as long. Legit. And I know that I probably don't need to be doing a podcast every week, but, it's it's kind of the principle of the thing, if that's the right phrasing to use. I want to do this weekly. I think it's good to do this weekly, and it helps me stay in the cycle. If I miss one week, then well, boom, I start missing every single week, and then I just don't do it. So it's good to stay in the cycle of video making. So I'm actually making videos. Speaking of making videos, something I can talk about that's a legit subject. Video Game Time returned. Yes, Video Game Time. It's my YouTube show where I play video games, and the return episode featured a brand new intro. One that it took me way longer to make than I would have thought. That little bit of animation at the beginning of the intro, you would think that takes 2 minutes to make? That took me 4 hours to make. How the fuck did that take me 4 hours? I don't know, but it did. But yeah, and after the intro, we had episode 1 of my Transformers Autobots playthrough. It's one of the Nintendo DS games released based on the 2007 Transformers movie. There were 2 released, one for the Autobots and one for the Decepticons. Kind of like Pokemon, where they release the same game, but it's somewhat different. Although, unlike Pokemon, the Transformers games actually had 2 different storylines to follow. Heyo! But really, though, that actually is a legit difference. Pokemon just releases the same game. That shouldn't be a controversial opinion, but, I've talked to at least one person who thinks it is, so... I thought that was just the widely accepted fact, but apparently it's not for everyone. Anyways, this Transformers game, and, the Transformers Nintendo DS games, they really are, they're good games, legit, and I know what you're thinking, licensed video game, it's based on a movie, it's the movie tie-in game, there's no way that could be good, right? And, there are some arguments you can make that you'd be right in there. There's a lot of arguments you can make where you'd be right about that, but I don't think about these Transformers DS games. I really don't think you'd be right in those arguments, Because these games, they present a pretty good storyline in each of them. You have the ability to just transform whenever you want with the click of a button, which apparently not all Transformers games do, which is bogus. They're open world games, so you can run around in free play a lot, explore various areas of the game. Also, they I was gonna say something else after the free play thing. After the open world thing, I was going to. They're also fully voice acted, which is a rarity on the Nintendo DS. You don't see that too often on the DS. Full voice acting in a game, but these Transformers ones, they broke the mold. They have complete and total, fully voice acted Transformers goodness there. And the voice actors are actually trying in these games, they're not half-assing it at all. Which I think is a good thing, You don't want people to half-ass the voice acting in the games. Plus, they got the original voice actor for Optimus Prime to be in it. I don't know if that's really the hugest thing, but, to me that was big, that he would do a Nintendo DS game, just this, it's amazing, because, he did the movie, obviously, but you wouldn't have expected him to do the DS game, Also, I believe they got the original voice for Megatron as well, so that's also cool, because, again, you wouldn't be expecting these guys to do the DS game, but here they are, doing the DS game. Although, I believe Megatron had a different voice in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was the same one from the old cartoon that did Megatron's voice in the 2007 movie. But I don't know, it's been a really long while since I've seen that movie. And I know there's like a lot of Transformers movies at this point. Like, a whole lot of them. And the amount of them I've seen is 3 of them. I've only seen the first 3 of the live-action movies. I've also seen the 1986 movie. I've seen that one as well. The cartoon, fully animated one. Yeah, I've seen that. And that's the amount of Transformers movies I've seen. I haven't seen the other 2 after 3, and I haven't seen Bumblebee either. Although I hear Bumblebee was actually a good one, you know, because after that first movie, according to a wide range of people, and when I say wide range of people, I mean pretty much anyone you would ask, the Transformers movies considerably declined in quality. Now, I wouldn't know anything after 3, but, you know, from what I saw in 2 and 3, I'd have to agree with that. I definitely didn't like them as much as I enjoyed the first movie, and I actually thought that the first Transformers movie from 2007, I thought that was a good movie, you know, I enjoyed watching it back then. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I say back then wasn't 2007. Back then, for me, was 2008, when I got it on DVD. I actually got it on DVD from Walmart in like this 2-pack that contains the movie, and also there was like this comic book that they put on DVD, and that was in the 2-pack with the movie. Yeah, it was strange. I'd never seen anything like it before. This comic book DVD thing that was like, I can't remember it. I cannot remember it, but yeah, I remember having it. I've still got both of these DVDs somewhere. And I kind of wonder, you know, my DVD copy of the Transformers movie, that's 12 years old at this point at least. So, it makes me wonder if it would even still work. Actually, wait. Did I get the Transformers movie in 2007? Like, I know my memory has me saying that I got it in 2008, but I'm questioning if I got it in 2007 or not, because I remember there being this little paper inside the DVD case that said that there was offering a contest to win a car that looked like Bumblebee, and this contest was said to last until January 2008, which makes me wonder if I actually got this in late 2007 or not. I don't think I did. I really remember getting this fucking thing in 2008, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I got this in 2007. Who knows, you know? It's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe. That's a big maybe. So I said I've seen the second and third ones as well. I didn't get those on DVD. I didn't see them when they first came out. No, I waited a while to see them. I believe it was 2013. Because in 2013 there was there's always been, okay, back then, they were showing the second and third Transformers movies on the cable channel FX, and I caught them on that, you know, I watched those movies on that back then. So, you know, I saw them, but I also saw commercials during them. And yeah, but you know, I still saw the movies, you know. Doesn't matter that there were commercials breaks. Doesn't matter that there was commercial breaks, you know, I still saw them, and you know, what I saw on screen I wasn't exactly impressed with, you know. yeah, the second and third one, they really weren't that great, and apparently the second one was affected by there was like a writer's strike back in 2008, I believe, where people who wrote for TV shows and films went on strike. I don't remember if they won or not. You know, I just know they went on strike. And this is like a huge thing. Pretty much like a bunch of big people were in on this, right? I don't remember, but like legit, I don't remember this. Like I was an actual child back then. You gotta understand this. So my memories of this are non-existent, basically. Like, these are not the things that I remember at all. I remember other stuff, you know? But most certainly, not this. But I do know what happened, and yeah, that's apparently something that affected the 2009 Transformers 2 movie, Revenge of the Fallen. Yes, so I remember watching that on the FX channel, and it wasn't that great. And for something called Revenge of the Fallen, you'd think, oh, this is like a fallen Transformer that's getting revenge, you know? One that was thought to be previously beaten and was now exacting revenge on the other ones, right? No, that's not what this is. There's an actual robot named the Fallen. That's right, they named a character the Fallen. That is one of the most retarded ass, stupid, moronic things that I have ever experienced in my existence on this planet. Like, that is so stupid. That's like... That's... I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless at how stupid that is. Like, it's really dumb. Like, that's like all these... Oh man, that's just dumb. Like, why do I have to compare it to something? It's just stupid. This doesn't need a comparison. This is something that you compare other things to when you're calling them stupid. That's what this is. It's like, oh hey, did you see those high-waisted pants? They're as dumb as the Fallen. It's like that. Like, it's severely dumb, is what it is. And I don't know what had to break in somebody's brain to have them think of this, to have them even conceive this idea in their mind. But it happened, and we all let it happen, and nobody once stopped to think, oh, maybe we shouldn't let these idiots name a character something stupid. So yeah, that's my opinion on the Fallen. Fuck that guy. He's got a stupid name. So, Transformers 3, there was like this supreme leader of the Autobots or something, and he came to take Optimus Prime's job, but then he defected to the Decepticons or something. I don't remember. Apparently Megatron was just sitting around or something during this one. He had like a cape on. Like, what the fuck even are these movies, huh? I remember one of them had some of the, I think some of the Decepticons or something were in Africa, and there were zebras, if I'm not mistaken. They were in somewhere that had a jungle, and I remember seeing zebras in the fucking Transformers movie, and it's like, why am I seeing zebras here? Like, what's going on here? Is this even Transformers? What are we doing? Come on. And you know, I get the feeling that if I were to watch the other two movies before Bumblebee, like, I get the feeling that I would be even more disappointed. I don't know, like, if they really did follow the sharp decline that the second and third ones did, then, like, what the fuck's the point of watching them, you know? So yeah, but Bumblebee might be worth watching, you know? Maybe one day I'll actually watch Bumblebee and have a pleasant experience watching a Transformers film. So yeah, it was a podcast where I thought I didn't have anything to talk about. Turns out I did, and it's the Transformers films. So that's what this podcast topic was about. Yay, we finally figured something out. And now, this podcast had a point, which is very important, because, yeah, you don't want to put out something pointless, right? So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say on the Transformers films, and that's all I have to say this week for the Perfect Podcast Show. You can follow me... Oh, wait. No, not doing the Twitter plugs yet. Next week's episode is a big one, all about my hatred of high-waisted pants. I actually have that topic for next week, and yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to be talking about. No video updates, no fucking reviews of anything. No, just my hatred for this article of clothing, which has seen way too much exposure in recent years. That's coming next week. You can follow me on Twitter at Pikachu Allspark, my second channel at Pikachu Allspark TV, and until next week, all hail the king.
Would you just